A massive thank you to SSC, That Guy, 54321, Dr. Gustavo, and Fulse for subscribing to the channel. If you want to be featured in these clips, make sure you subscribe down below. Hello everyone, and welcome back guys to a brand new video, where today we're here back ready for the finale of Season 3 of the F1 2021 My Team Career Mode. Yesterday, we head to Abu Dhabi. Season 3 has had a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but I'm getting really hyped, ready for Season 4. Of course, before we even dive into this, we've got 4,000 R&D points that we need to spend on trying to get our last major upgrades on the car ready for the next season. Of course, like I mentioned a couple of videos ago, the main plan is just get the most expensive upgrades sorted. So we're going to go 2 from each department first of all, see if we've got any R&D points left over from all of that. But yeah, a massive thank you though for continued support on this series. No, you guys are absolutely smashing it still on F1 2021. You know, it really does mean a lot to me as well that you guys are loving these videos, of course. But yeah, Season 4. I'm feeling optimistic at the moment. I can't lie to you guys. I really do feel like we're going to stand a good chance ready for the next year as well there. But of course, we got one more race to do here of Season 3. We might be able to earn a few more R&D points over the course of this weekend as well there, but I have got most of the major upgrades sorted ready for Season 4 there. Of course, yeah, very intrigued to see what will happen ready in the next season as well there. But yeah, thank you all as well. We're closing in on 21,500 subscribers as well. The ultimate goal of 20k is gone. 22k now seems like it's going to happen as well. You guys are just ridiculous as well. But yeah, Abu Dhabi though this weekend, really looking forward to diving into it. Let's head out then, ready for qualifying. I completely forgot to mention before we dive into this as well, though, the championship permutations at the moment. Of course, if you missed out on the Australian Grand Prix last time, would definitely recommend going back and checking it out as well, though. Hamilton leads Lando Norris by 10 points as we head into the final race of the year there. Constructors-wise is obviously all McLarens. Most teams now are pretty much set in stone, ready for the next season, unless something magical happens for Yuki Tsunoda or Carlos Sainz. We should be on for P5 as well. But yeah, the battle to watch out with, can Hamilton crown himself as a 10-time Formula 1 World Champion, or will Lando Norris put an end to Mercedes' reign? And I completely forgot, after last weekend's drama of the team not putting a fresh engine in the back of the car, it seems like we're going to have to take that 30 places worth of grid penalties here in Abu Dhabi instead there. So we're not going to bother with qualifying then, obviously. There's no real logic if we're going to be starting right at the back anyway. But yeah, a bit annoyed with that still.
Test complete. That was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
Well, we were red as we crossed the line there, but we still got the R&D for it. Thanks very much, Codies, I suppose. We need every last point we can get in the final weekend of the year. Around in the final corner, it's going to be a clutch at the end.
So far, we're getting great data. Stay focused.
For the race simulation program there, but another 200 R&D points. Can we go for the full 600? Going on to our qualifying simulation run, though. We've got an Alfa Romeo sat right in front of us. Come on, Lundgaard, get out of the way, man. Oh, big lock up there. He's got to give us a nice bit of slipstream down this second straightaway, but we are on quite an important run. And Lundgaard is going to give us a helping hand. And yeah, actually, he's done pretty well there. Gives us a bit of slipstream down the straightaway. We've absolutely flown past him. But now we've just got to try and keep the lap together through the final sector. And that's immediately not how you do that. Always struggle with the balance of the car when you're trying to attack here at Abu Dhabi. Get the car settled down and it's fine. But you can just see there how much we're struggling with the back end. And we're really pushing it, and it isn't going to be the full 600. But we've learnt a lot this session.
Okay, test over, but I'm afraid we didn't get what we needed. We're going to have to run it again.
Luckily, qualifying pace not that important this weekend. Mercedes clearly testing what it's like under the dirty air. But let's get in then to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
So here we are, ready to go racing for one final time this year. Another season of victories, controversies and rivalries lies in our wake. And just one challenge remains here in the United Arab Emirates on a circuit that made its spectacular debut back in 2009. Welcome to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the Yas Marina circuit, just over 3.4 miles long with 21 corners and 2 very long back straights. There are 2 DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones of both turn 8 and turn 11 and offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners as well, in particular 15, 16 and 17, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Button, Perez, Lewis Hamilton and Norris, Gasly, Ocon, Russell and Lance Stroll, Joe, Sainz, Nikita Mazepin and Bottas, Tsunoda. They've taken a grid penalty. Latifi, Daniel Ricciardo and Mick Schumacher. Schwartzman, Giovinazzi. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Lundgaard and Mr. Monaco. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
This is the final race of the season. Go out there and enjoy it.
Well, Lando versus Lewis is about to come to a head. Neither of them particularly quick in qualifying. Neither of them have their teammates to help them out at the start of this one. And Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen on the front row, I'm sure, are both going to be trying to finish this season with a bang as well. But it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens between the two Brits as well. They're 10 points between them. Hamilton comes into Abu Dhabi, though, with the advantage. And yeah, 10 World Championships would be a ridiculous number here on F1 2021. But here we are then, ready on the grid. Last question mark once more. Let me down in the comments where you think I'm going to finish this one as well. But 28 laps, 5 red lights, and it is going to be lights out and away we go for the final time in Season 3 then. All off to the best start as we head down in towards Turn 1. Just going to take it nice and easy though. We've got everything to lose and not much to gain at the start of this one there, as Lundgaard gets immediately squeezed out by his teammate Giovinazzi already. A bit of either sand or smoke getting kicked up there. Maybe someone snagged a brake just up the road as we head down in towards the chicane for the first time. Around the outside of Gio. Ooh, a little bit of contact with Robert Schwartzman, but we will find ourselves around the outside of him as well. There is Daniel Ricciardo, yeah, down in P17. Tsunoda, I think Martin moved himself up to about P14 off the start of the Grand Prix there. But yeah, Hamilton and Norris, though, going to have to try and fight their own battles early on. Maybe strategy will come into it. We'll have to wait and see. There's Ricciardo moving around the outside of Valtteri Bottas there. Schumacher then immediately trying to pounce as he gets all over the curbing on the exit of the chicane. Though we'll try and get the power down and get past a pair of them. That's one of them navigated. Are we going to be able to get a run on Bottas, who squeezes right up to the pit wall as well? That we do get around the outside of the Finn, who's going to try and keep his nose there. Ricciardo, another aggressive move on the Canadian of Latifi there. More contact maybe between Ricciardo and Latifi, and we've had a pretty decent opening lap here. Is Ricciardo now going to be able to hook it up around the outside? No, neither of them willing to budge in this one. Obviously everyone trying to prove a name for themselves in the final race of the year. Ricciardo's going to have the inside though for the next corner. We're going to get at the inside of Latifi, hang him out to dry as well there, and it's P16 by the end of lap 1 though. We've navigated all the backmarker cars, which of course is always the first task you've got to try and do in one of these races. But now we've got Ricciardo, Tsunoda and myself 14th, 15th and 16th here. But we've got to try and get past Ricciardo soon and then really, yeah, try and settle down into a rhythm. Obviously we've got to worry about Carlos Sainz and Tsunoda, but we only need P8 to make sure we mathematically guarantee P5 in the championship. Even if Sainz won with fastest lap, we get it on count back, I think. On to lap 3. Let's see if we can get a good run on Daniel Ricciardo down the back straightaway. We've lost a bit there. It's actually the McLaren's got the DRS on Yuki Tsunoda in front of him. So not quite what we wanted. We might have to sit and look at the rear end of the orange car for a bit longer here. But yeah, I think we've just got to try and start working with these guys to really move around the best of these lower midfielders. Might get a run on Ricciardo now as we head up the second straightaway though. We're going to drain a lot of the battery as we head in towards the chicane. Up the inside we go. And Ricciardo not expecting that one. Normally the king of the late breakers. Not this time. This is such a train that reaches into the lower end of the top 10 here. But we first of all need to try and navigate Tsunoda up the inside. Try and take him by surprise there. Double lock up on the fronts. But we'll hang him out to dry there. And that is one of our championship rivals navigated. We might be even vulnerable to Ricciardo as we head out onto the back straight as well here. But Sainz and Russell seem to be the bottleneck in this whole situation at the moment there. They're side by side again as we reach the midway of the back straightaways. Through the chicane we go. Through this final sector we really notice the advantage we've got over these guys. Running a lot of downforce here just so we can try and stick in the dirty air of the car in front of us there. As you see, we almost got the traction on the exit of the hotel, but right in the final corner. Don't often see moves down the start-finish straight here, and not going to see one now either. Actually, saying that, Guan Yu Zhou goes defensive back towards turn 1. Oh, we tried to hook it up around the outside there, but Guan Yu Zhou having nothing of that one. Can we make a move as we head over the top of the little hill? No, not working just yet. We got the yellow flags out. Oh, Stroll! Stroll's gone round! Has he just dropped it on the throttle? He must have done there. That was very, very weird from the Canadian, but he's going to get back going again. We've got bigger things to worry about at the moment. It's gifted us a free position in this Grand Prix, but are we going to be able to get a run on the Chinese driver? No. Not a fan of that, Jeff. We cannot have an engine failure in the final race of the year, surely. As we sneak up the inside of Guan Yu Zhou. We've just put a fresh engine in the car. We can't have what Jenson Button's faced so many times late on this year. We cannot have a failure now.
It looks critical. Find somewhere to retire as soon as possible. We can't risk you carrying on with this race.
Oh my god.
I repeat, find somewhere to retire immediately. It's too dangerous to stay on track.
What's that? 4 mechanical failures in the last 5 races for the team? Thank God we're not sticking with Renault for the next season, but what a gutted end.
Let me know you're okay.
I was so hyped for the final race of the year, and Codys have taken it away from us. An engine failure 5 laps in to the championship finale. I mean, thank God we're not in a title battle.
It's certainly been an incredible year for Formula One, and our drivers have all pushed themselves this season, making it one of the most compelling years of racing in history. There can only be one champion, however, and here they are now, our new Formula One World Drivers' Champion. That's it then, they've taken the win here as we wrap up another fantastic Formula One season. Talk to me, Ant, what was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today and a stunning win for Ferrari. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
Daniel Ricciardo certainly impressed me today, an incredible performance.
With that result, McLaren can no longer be touched at the top of the table. They've had their ups and downs this season like all teams, but they've weathered the storm and come out on top. McLaren are world champions once again. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
So after all the grief last weekend of the team not putting the new engine in the car. We finally get it installed here for the championship finale, and it goes up in smoke 5 laps in. F1 2021, I've said it before, I'll say it again. This game can be brutal, right at times where you don't want it to happen there, but Charles Leclerc, back on top once more in the sport as well. He has had a fantastic Season 3 as it has gone on there, and he might have actually jumped Daniel Ricciardo right at the end of the season as well there. Verstappen in P2 and Lewis Hamilton P3 at the end of the day there. JB in 4th as well there. So 4 cars, 4 different teams, 4 different power units, separated by 3 seconds at the end of the final race of the year there. Hamilton, 3rd place with the fastest lap, means no matter where Lando Norris would have finished, he would have wrapped up the championship. And Hamilton, 10 Formula 1 world titles. Will anyone ever stop this man? It just doesn't look possible at this stage of the year. Lando Norris really did give him a big run for his money throughout the entirety of the year there, but just came up short. McLaren struggled with R&D development right towards the end there, but maybe, just maybe, it's left Mercedes on the back foot with the major rule changes coming in next season. Carlos Sainz 6th ahead of Gasly, Perez, Tsunoda, and Daniel Ricciardo rounding out the top 10 there. Ocon finished just ahead of Russell, and you can see Guan Yu Zhou, Nikita Mazepin, Stroll, Latifi, Valtteri Bottas there, and then you got the 2 Alphas and the 2 Haas cars. We were the only person who didn't make it to the checkered flag in that race as well. They're absolutely heartbroken with that one, but it does mean championship-wise there was some movement actually there. There we go, Hamilton on top, 297 points to Lando Norris's 281 there. Charles Leclerc did jump Daniel Ricciardo in the end, so 3 drivers from 3 teams in the top 3. Can't quite remember the last time that happened in Formula 1. I'm sure I'm forgetting quite a recent year, most likely, but yeah, you'll have to let me know down in the comments below as well there. Like we said, Charles Leclerc, though, did jump Daniel Ricciardo, 17 points between them. Ricciardo really just fell off in the final few races of the year there. Sainz did manage to jump Tsunoda, though. Verstappen almost got past Yuki Tsunoda as well. They're 1 point between them at the end of the year, but we found ourselves 50 points adrift from Danny Rick, 14 ahead of Carlos Sainz there. JB in P9 probably could have finished around us had things gone his way towards the end of the year as well there. Further down, though, Perez rounds out the top 10 in another disappointing year for him in Red Bull there. Gasly, a good job done in 11th there. Double the points of George Russell just behind him, who also had more than double the points of Esteban Ocon in P13 there. Bottas, with those 10 valuable points for Williams early on in the year, does stay ahead of Lance Stroll there. Guan Yu Zhou with 6, Nikita Mazepin on 4, and then Latifi, Schumacher, Giovinazzi, Lundgaard and Schwartzman all with 0 at the end of the season there. Like we said, constructors, though, no movement there. McLaren on top in the end there, 52 ahead of Mercedes, who were 52 ahead of Ferrari there. We finished on 299, 39 ahead of Red Bull, AlphaTauri and 6th ahead of Aston Martin, Alpine and Williams there, with Haas beating Alfa Romeo on countback. So it does mean, I think we've had 3 different teams finish last, I want to say, overall in the Constructors' Championship. It actually, no, I think Haas did finish last in Season 1 and at Season 2, they're saying that as well. But yeah, new power for Season 4, JB sticking with the team. I'm going to take a few days away. We're going to be back on Friday, ready for the pre-season news, and then, of course, the opening round of the year from Bahrain on Saturday night as well there. A new calendar as well. It is all change ready for Season 4, but yeah, gutted, I'll be honest, to finish Season 3 on such a low, but it's Season 4. I reckon I've got a real feeling it could be our year here on F1 2021. Thank you all so much for watching nonetheless, and for the ever-continued support on this series. And yeah, we'll be back on Friday, ready for pre-season testing in Sakir. A massive thank you for the continued support from all our channel members. If you want to be featured in these end clips, make sure you click the join button down below. But yeah, once again, a massive thank you to the Travesty, Patrick, Chuan, David, Ben, Aiden, F. Stathios, Kato, Sean, Johnny, McBlam, and Mighty Spork for becoming channel members. The support is really, really appreciated.